LeBron James gets ridiculed for getting a cramp in his pussy muscle.
The Kardashians are breeding again. What are your thoughts on pro-choice?
The Westboro Baptist Church pickets a gay principal and is met with an even larger counter-protest, which proves that the only thing that God hates is Mondays. And bigots.
Halle Berry is ordered to pay $16,000 a month in child support. Hashtag yes, all women.
And we will discuss none of this next on Unholy Matrimony.
So we're in a fight.
Well, we're not really in a fight currently. We were just in a fight where we had, stupid different opinions. And
they're almost the same opinion.
Yeah, exactly. We got in a fight. It was a stupid fight because we're pretty much in agreement.
Yeah.
But we still decided to fight over the minor details.
Yes.
And so when we got married, on the tables at our wedding, it was we had these little cards for everybody to fill out with marriage advice, and we're only supposed to pull it out when we got into a fight, and we have yet to this day, we've been married for almost 3 years, and we have yet to actually go to the cards, and we got into these fucking dumb fights, which we should have been doing all along, because guess what, we have dumb fights.
We get into a lot of dumb fights, and we've never pulled this out, and Jeremy's genius.
And so, I just, as a way to squash this really fucking super retarded fight, I decided to pull the box out. And we're going to take turns now reading the wedding advice that was given to us by the people that were at our wedding.
Yeah.
And so, I'm going to start. And it's from your cousin Heather.
Oh, Heather!
The only advice that she had was swallow.
Challenge accepted.
You swallowed today, didn't you?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I did. So we're good at that.
Yep.
Hold on. Oh, mine is from Grandma Sills. Grandma Sills, I love her. Live, love, laugh together. Compromise when necessary. Be true partners in this marriage, and it will last until you are parted by the Lord. I want to say that I saw that on some kind of e-card somewhere, or some kind of meme. It's still beautiful.
Way, it's very sweet.
It is very beautiful, nonetheless.
All right, so my second one is coming from our child. At the time, he was 11 years old. He's 14 now. And it says, this is from PJ. He says, ha. He started with ha.
Ha.
I wrote one too. Ha, I wrote one too. Anyway, my advice is to love each other through all your fights. See, he knows.
Knew.
He knows. All your fights.
He's on to us.
Sickness, misunderstandings, etc. Now I want to let you guys know I love you. Sincerely, PJ.
Oh.
Wow, I have to say his handwriting has improved a lot since then. This is really hard to read.
That's hard to read. My next one is from Auntie Mary Louise, who is my aunt. I will love you as always and take my time to cherish you and your kids, PJ, Philip, Joseph, and Benjamin. I will promise to be your beautiful aunt and great aunt for the rest of my life. That's super sweet. I don't know if I could take something out of that.
Yeah.
I could. That's super goddamn adorable sweet.
Now, who's this?
That's Anza.
Anza, sorry. Anza. Don't get drunk and have sex with other people.
Word.
LMAO. It never ends well.
That's good advice right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got Twinkie.
Oh, my buddy Justin.
Yeah, good luck. No, but for real, give and take. Give and take.
And see, he wasn't even married at the time.
Yeah.
And now he is.
He's married now.
And he's probably like, oh, I should probably give and take more. Anyway, I love you, Twink. This was from my grandma. Grandma Bompart. This is very much in cursive, so it might be hard for me to read here. Always eat at the table with all the family. sitting down all at the same time. A family that does things together stays together.
Oh,
I love you, Grandma.
That's so cute. My next one comes from Sandy. Sandy, she says, fail safe words. For the groom. Yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear.
I guess that's Tina.
Yep, that's Teenster.
And Steven, the same card.
Yep, I guess.
All right, so apparently Tina and Steven decided to share the same card because Tina says, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Word.
In quotes. And it's like, when the word PMS comes up, run! When you start to argue, get naked. Why didn't
we didn't do that.
We should have fucking got naked just now.
Okay. I showed you my tits, though.
But that was before.
Oh.
You should have shown them after.
I'll show them right now.
Oh, yeah, those are some titties right there. This is happening right now. This should be a fucking vodcast.
No vodcast.
Anyway, so when you start to argue, get naked and see what happens. Oh, that's from Aubrey.
Oh, that's from Obs. Okay, so Teenster was just 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. And then...
yeah, this is all from one author. They're just sharing different quotes. And then Steven is 3 in the pink, 2 in the stink. Don't waste any fingers.
Wow! That's great advice.
Oh, he's the best brother-in-law ever. I have to say. Steven, I'm going to take you up on your advice with your sister.
Oh.
Tonight.
Don't. You're just grossing him out now. I got one from Amber. I'm thinking that's Jared's sister.
Yes.
Remember to love each other as you grow and work through your angers. Never let it go. Love you guys. That's super sweet. I like that, actually.
So I'm going to do 2 in 1 right here because the next one is from my brother Rob. He didn't actually leave any marriage advice. He just actually folded over his card and said from Rob and left $1.
Yeah. He gave us $1 that we still have not spent, by the way. It's the original $1.
Yes. Yes, so thanks, Rob.
Which, if anybody knows us, that's hardcore right there.
We didn't spend it.
We didn't spend it.
Okay, so next one's from Rick and Michelle.
Oh.
Always let the wife win. No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Okay, if I had let the wife win tonight, we wouldn't have an argument.
You'd be super happy. Word.
Well, I already got my way earlier in the day, so...
No.
I'm already happy.
So now he's like, no holds barred.
Right. So, always let the wife win the fight and pick your battles. Always look both ways before crossing the street. Always give a kiss and good night and good morning. And never touch hot stones. Good advice all around. Is it stoves?
Yeah,
it is stoves. It looks like stones.
I've touched a hot stove. It's not fun.
So have I. I had a fucking...
Yeah. It's no bueno.
Awesome circular fucking burner pattern on my hand.
Yeah. And then I got one from Mac and Tracy, whom I used to work with. I used to work with Mac. Always keep some personal time. Always respect each other, especially when you are at odds. And remember, kids in the back seat because accidents in the back seat cause kids. Enjoy married life.
Yes.
Yes.
The next one is from Lisa Yount.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call her, Mom.
Mom.
She's one of my many moms out there. And her advice is short and sweet, but very fucking critical to a marriage. Just be happy.
Yeah.
Just be happy.
Yeah.
We sometimes we forget to just be happy.
I've got another one a lot like that. It's from my Uncle Pat, actually. And his first words of advice were, turn over! Which I thought was hilarious, because I do turn over. And then he said, ... but seriously, remember that it isn't all about you, just the opposite, in fact.
Yes.
That's very cute, and very about this moment.
Yes. All right, so this next one is from one of my favorite cousins, Dory. I fucking love Dory.
Dory!
And she actually has bullet points.
Right? She filled out the entire fucking card.
All right, so Dory, I love you for this. Never go to bed mad. You'll... sorry, I have trouble reading sometimes. You'll get up that way, and it'll start all over.
Yep.
So never go to bed mad. You'll get up that way, and it'll start all over. And that's actually very good.
That is very true.
Be willing to be wrong. And that's something that we need to actually work on.
We both struggle on.
Yes.
Yep.
Remember why you got married in the first place. And I never have once stopped remembering that.
Either.
I fucking love this chick. Sometimes vacations apart are necessary and valued. We've never actually had a vacation together or apart.
So I was going to say, we haven't had a vacation together. How are we going to have one apart? But I do agree with the sometime apart might be okay.
Yeah, we actually live our day-to-day lives together all the time. That's probably why we get in dumb fights.
each other's back pockets.
Yeah.
All the time.
But then it also, at the same time, like, it makes each other, like we're all each other's lives.
Yes.
So it's, it's good and bad.
It is good and bad. There is a lot of good to it, too.
Yeah. The next is help each other out. And I think we do that very well.
Yes.
Say thank you. We always say thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make the kids say thank you, too.
Yes, because they're fucking assholes. And then this one is probably the most important. And one actually, as a married couple, we should probably do more often. Is she says, my last words of wisdom, never stop having sex.
Yeah.
And she says, love you guys. And we love you too, Dory.
We love you too, Dory.
You're so awesome. I love you so much.
My next one is from Azure and Trevor. I don't know. I personally don't know them very well. I don't know if these two are together. But Azure, I do love Azure. She's awesome.
And
she's family. She's pretty much like a cousin.
Okay.
Pretty much like a cousin. Only get in little arguments so you can have awesome makeup sex. Oh, and love each other no matter what. And that's actually very good advice.
All right, so next one is from my favorite uncle in the entire world. Favorite fucking uncle, Ed.
Yes, Ed, Uncle Ed.
Love Ed. Who's also, my last card I read was Dory. This is her dad.
Yes.
And this is, God, after 10 years. Okay, so remember, the only thing that will still be sucking after 10 years of marriage is the job.
Oh.
I'm going to put you to the test.
Yeah.
7 years from now.
7 years, I'll still be sucking.
Or at least give me one of those wonderful hand jobs.
Oh, they are good.
Yeah. Oh, you're telling me. I had one today.
My next one comes from my cousin April. She says, remember, it's the little things like always replace the toilet paper. LOL, love April. And that's super true. Actually, that's a big pain point in our house is who's going to replace the toilet paper. We actually just leave it on the counter.
I usually try to stack it in a fucking pyramid on the back of the toilet. So.
Yes, but it's never on the roll. Like if you come to our house.
Okay, you know what? That's because other people don't replace the roll.
Right.
If I finish a roll, I fucking replace the roll.
I do too.
Overhand, not underhand.
Not overhand or not underhand. No, but you know what? That nobody else does though. Yeah, so if you come over, we're not fixing that shit for you. You're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah. So the next one, I'm on a roll here. So I went from my cousin Dory to my Uncle Ed. Now it's my Aunt Gina, which is Dory's mom and Ed's wife. And Gina says, and it's actually her first point is just as Dory had said earlier on, is never go to bed mad. It will start all over when you get up. And she also says, always communicate and be honest with each other. And sometimes when we communicate, it ends up in a fight. But
when you're being honest, it turns into a fight.
Yeah. Not always, though. But, it's when you're having stupid fights. So
yeah. And then I have this. Oh, it's from Dad and Sherry. It's my dad and his wife, Sherry. You've heard it before. Never go to bed angry. Communication is key. That doesn't mean yelling at each other. Hold hands whenever you can. It's good for the soul. Now you are a family. Make decisions together, always as one. Remember to kiss each other and say, I love you every day, as you never know what will happen in the near future. Always be yourself. It will make you stronger as a couple. That's super cute.
All right, so this one comes from You Know Who, and by You Know Who, it's Miley.
Miley!
She made no bones about putting, scribbling across the fucking page. Keep the poop face sexy. So, when there was the night before our wedding, we were decorating cupcakes, for everybody. It was me, you, Miley, Nat, Jason were there.
They were all very...
And my little sister.
Yes.
Who I met for the first time the day before. She flew in from our wedding, and I met her, and I fucking love her. Hi, Carissa. Anyway, and so, her advice is, keep the poop face sexy. Big words. P.S. Never let the secret vodka stash get known. And
so she's telling you to drink in secret.
Which is actually very good advice. God, I wish I had a secret vodka stash right now.
This is actually anonymous, I guess. It's coming from Alien Town.
Oh, no.
Who is this?
From my sister, Alien Town.
Oh, is this Carissa?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay, so it's coming from Carissa.
Carissa, I'm sorry.
Carissa.
That's not how you say it.
Anyway, whatever. She's so adorable. She's so sweet. And she's just the most beautiful girl in the world.
She really is. I fucking love you.
Yeah, fucking love you. This was her advice. You need to eat lots and lots of Pop-Tarts, party, and celebrate 24/7. Be crazy and silly. Be happy most of the time. Haha. You might want to kill the kids. Just kidding. Just put them in cages or have some duct tape handy. LOL. Don't forget to smile and say cheese. This includes doing it for pictures. And when you really want to kill each other, find a good spot for the body before you do it. And on the back, she even wrote, Bob says hi. P.S. Get her lots of flowers. Get her lots of flowers. And then a kiss, lots and lots and lots.
Aww.
That's super cute. She's the artist in the family, and she actually drew a mural for her high school.
She did. It was amazing. I used to be the artist in the family, but she's way better than I ever was. So next is my good buddy Jason.
Jason!
So big words to the top. Keep hubby fed. Right? When's the last time you fed me?
He wrote feed, actually.
He meant fed.
He meant fed. You know what? I kept you fed when I could.
Yeah. Well, you actually still do because you make all the money. I just cook it. So
yeah. You're a better cook than I am, so.
Well, I'll accept that. If you have to argue naked. This is actually said before.
It's come up a few times.
Yeah, so it's obviously because they were actually married the year or two before we were.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
my shirt's coming off right now.
That's hot. Oh, and this one's personalized here. Ooh. This one's to you. Jeremy was always right. See? We could have avoided this entire argument.
That's bullshit.
We could have avoided the entire argument had you just read this card.
Let me look at the card.
Right.
Let me look at that card.
No, you will want me reading. And this one's to you now. Bethany. Bethany needs to be forgiven or beat on occasion. After all, she's just a girl. If we had just read this, it would have solved everything.
We just need to bookmark his card right here. Jeremy's always right, Jeremy. Bethany needs to be forgiven or beat on occasion. After all, she's just a girl.
That's
all right. That's on the short list.
True advice was never spoken.
Dick. I don't know. Mine needs to be saved for last.
No. Go ahead.
All right.
Another one from Rob.
He trolled us. Like, he folded up that one card and put $1 in it.
That's my little brother.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, thanks, Rob. You're sweet. You gave us $1. And we actually still have this $1. In fact, here.
That's the $1.
That's $1. We still have it. But then he decided to write us another one. And it's a very touching. It touches my heart. And it says, from Rob, wrap it up! He wants us to not have babies, is what he's saying.
We've also avoided his advice at all costs during our relationship. So, and so I think this one was the best to save for last. because it's Nat. It's Jason, the last card I read. It's his wife.
Yeah, Natalia.
And she has very similar advice to 2 other cards that have been read. From the very top, never go to bed angry.
Word.
And she said, don't argue on an empty tummy.
Word.
But
we haven't eaten.
No, we haven't. Well, it's been several hours, but still, 3 different cards in this bucket said to not go to bed angry, and
we do that a lot.
Right now is 3:05 in the morning. We were actually on our way to bed after having a stupid fight, and I did not want to end it that way, so I went into the bedroom and I grabbed out these cards that we haven't read since right after we got married. It was during our wedding party. We all read them together. It was actually us, Nat and Jason, and Miley sat around drinking and reading these cards. And I just think it's so poignant that 3 of these cards, out of all of them, like the one statement that rings true is to not go to bed angry.
99 problems and the Jews are one.
So I already know the answer to this, but have you ever been arrested?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I know, dumb question. And it was also like a really stupid segue. Like, I had to get there somehow, but anyway, so when I was 13 years old, I was arrested for shoplifting twice in the same week. It takes a special kind of stupid to get arrested for the same thing in the same week. Like, I could have been on Auburn's Dumbest Criminals. Well, not really, because there's a lot of dumb people in Auburn.
I was going to say, it's Auburn. Don't get twisted.
Yeah. All right, so me and my friends, we used to like to routinely shoplift. Like, any chance we got. It became kind of like, it was kind of a thrill thing. At the same time, we really liked free shit. And so,
what kind of stuff would you take?
Oh, anything. We'd steal stupid stuff that we didn't even need. It was just it was stealing just to steal.
I stole candy once.
Oh, I used to steal candy all the time. That's whatever.
I didn't get caught though.
Oh, fuck you. So, and actually, the kind of leads into the night one. Night one. So, I used to hang out with these friends. One of them lived across the street, and he had a couple of friends from school, and we all kind of palled around. I was kind of like the dork of the group because I was younger, and they kind of took advantage of that, especially on this night.
Oh.
They convinced me. It was probably like 9 o'clock at night. No, it was actually had to be later than that because it was summer, and it was already dark out, and so this had to have been closer to 10 o'clock, and around the time that this particular store was about to close. So anyway,
and you were how old at the time?
13.
13.
And so they convinced me that it'd be, a brilliant idea for me to go and, steal some shit, mainly for them. I know one of the guys, he said that he wanted a deli sandwich. This is pre-made, pre-wrapped deli sandwiches.
Right.
And
so was this a grocery store then?
It was, yes. It used to be Auburn Market. Then it became a farmer's market. Now it's actually just an empty building. It has been for like a year and a half. Anyway, so I decided, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. A couple of the guys want some candy. I wanted some candy. And so we all walked to the store. They waited outside while I went in. I proceeded to, walk to where the candy was, pick out what I wanted, and then, a fucking retard, I started walking around the store, looking at other stuff, maybe I'll steal this, but I didn't take anything else. So, besides the sandwich. I did take the sandwich. I was wearing this snowboarding jacket that had this liner on the inside. It was like an elastic band that hugged to your body, it was a loose jacket but it had a liner inside. Anyway, so I took the sandwich and I just shoved it down the front, so it dropped down and just kind of held it there by the elastic. And so I'm walking around with these candy bars, and I walked past one of the people who worked at the store. He ended up being the store manager. His name was Tor, I found out.
Tor?
Yeah,
that's kind of a scary name.
Yeah, Tor, like Victor.
Victor.
Or like Thor, but not as cool. Anyway, so I'm walking around the store with this candy in my hand, and I walk past him, and I notice him notice me, but I didn't think much of it. It's like, whatever. And so I, walk into the next aisle where there's nobody else, and I stuck the candy into the zipper pouch pocket in the front of the jacket. And then I, made another loop, and I guess that this tour guy had spotted me, earlier with the candy in my hand, and all of a sudden I don't have candy anymore.
Right.
And so I'm walking towards the exit, and he blocks my path, and he's like, you can either pay for the candy, or I'm calling the cops. I had no money. He wasn't even giving me the option of just giving him the candy back and getting the fuck out. So I'm like, And so he's like, okay, guess we're calling the cops. And, I could have ran, and I've thought about it, many times over, why didn't I run? I should have ran. I'm eventually going to have to go back into that store, which I did several times after that.
Did you get mean glances by Tor every time?
No, I always made sure he wasn't around. Oh. I kind of cased the place before I would actually go in the shop. Because my mom would send me for milk and shit, so I had no real choice because it's the closest grocery store. So anyway, he takes me to the back, and I'm fucking freaking out. He leaves me in this one room and goes, to this office area to go call the cops, and left this pimply faced bag boy to guard me, basically, so I didn't take off. And I'm screaming, and I got tears running down my face. And I'm like, dude, just I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Have you taken everything out of your pockets by this point? Here, just take it.
Yeah. He made me give it to him when I got into the room. Anyway, so he calls the cops. I'm freaking out. Then I start talking to this bag boy, what's gonna happen to me? What's gonna happen to me? And you could tell he felt bad. He felt bad for me. And so he's trying to convince me, it's gonna be fine. I'm sure nothing's gonna happen to you. And so the cop shows up, and what I didn't know at the time is that my friends were still waiting outside. It wasn't until the police showed up that they're like, oh, fuck. They realized what had happened, and they're like, oop, we gotta go.
And they fucking bailed on you?
Well, what do you expect them to do? I don't know. I would have done the same thing. Well, you're just gonna wait around?
They didn't know that you were together, though.
Yeah, I know, but, so what are they gonna do? Are they gonna go up to the cop and be like, he didn't mean it?
No, but why did they have to leave? Couldn't they just sit there and wait to see what was going to happen?
Wait, just to, pop some corn and watch me get fucking put in the back of the car?
Well, maybe you wouldn't have gotten put back in the back of the car.
I don't know. I would have left. I don't know why.
Oh, you're a shitty friend.
I am a shitty friend. Anyway, so the cop, he doesn't read my rights or anything like that. Tor decided he wasn't going to press charges. It was just going to be me being taken home, to let my mom deal with me. And so I'm like, oh, thank God. He puts me in the back of the car, and we're driving.
Did he cuff you?
No. We're driving back to my house, and he was like, I said something like, I don't know if my mom's awake or not. And he's like, well, too bad. You're waking her up, I guess. And so I had to go in the house while the cop waited in our living room. I had to walk into my mom's bedroom, wake her up, and tell her that the cops were in the living room and they needed to talk to her. And she's like, what? What the fuck? and
that would be my reaction.
Yeah. And so, the cop explained everything. He let me go to her, and she, of course, tore me a new one.
Tore,
huh? To the point where, I'm still in freak out mode at this point. I'd never, been taken into police custody. I'd never been caught doing anything. I was a good kid for the most part. I shoplifted here and there, but they didn't know that. My mom didn't know that. So this is the first time I've ever been in real trouble.
Right.
And so, I started to freak out so bad that I began hyperventilating in the room with my mom. And so like, she's like, oh, like, what's going on? So I had to, like, she made me, like, breathe into a paper bag just to get me to calm down.
Did she continue berating you as you're breathing?
No, she realized that I'm freaking the fuck out here. And so, anyway, she sends me to bed. You know, next morning, of course, I'm grounded and all that shit. So, fast forward to, I believe it was 5 days later. Both my parents worked. And this is the summertime, so I have a younger brother and sister. One of them, my sister is 6 years younger. My brother is 10 years younger. So my sister was over at her friend's house, so I was only watching Rob, my little brother. And so one of the guys who I would, occasionally go, shoplifting with, his name was Chris. And he, we called him Neuter.
Oh.
His name was Chris Newton.
Oh.
So we called him Neuter. Anyway, so he convinced me that we should go to the Rite Aid and shoplift some more. And I'm like, oh, but I'm watching my brother. Then, like, light bulb moment. The person who babysat, like, all the time for us lived right across the street. This was my friend's older sister, Amy. And so I had Amy watch Rob, so that I could go and shoplift.
What did you say? Hi, Amy. Can I drop Rob off for a little bit? I'm going to go steal some shit.
No, I just said, hey, can Rob hang out? Because he was over there all the time. They loved Rob.
Amy's cool people.
Yeah. So me and him, we go down to the store, and like I was talking to you about before, like, sometimes I'd steal shit that doesn't even make sense.
Right.
So he has a backpack, and we just began like filling it with random stuff, like a pair of fucking, like, swim goggles. Like, I don't even know why that was put in there.
It's summer.
We didn't ever really go swimming. Like, occasionally we go to the YMCA, but, like, not enough to, like, warrant needing a fucking pair of goggles. But, you see, I thought I was going to be in the clear because he was the one with the backpack.
Right.
I didn't have anything on me. And so, we're going through the store and, like, fucking laughing to ourselves as we're, shoving shit into this backpack. When we go to the checkout stand, because we want to make it, appear like we're not, robbing them. And so we bought 2 bags of Doritos. And as soon as we finished paying for them, we walked, we're going to start walking out the door. All of a sudden, this fucking, 6 foot tall fucking dude with a cum catcher mustache stops us. And he's like, you two, come with me.
Oh,
He was very much the opposite of Tor. Tor was like, nice about it, but, like, he wasn't going to give me any options. This guy, once again, wasn't going to give me options, but he's going to be a fucking dick about it. And once again, to this day, I'm like, why didn't I just run? Why didn't I just run? I could have run out the fucking door. What are they going to do? By the time they got cops there, I'd been long gone.
Right.
So, we get pulled to the back, and this dude is fucking, like, drill sergeant, like, us. He's, like, in our faces, like, screaming and fucking spit in our faces, basically, and, like, we're like, oh, man. So, there was no, not pressing of charges on this day. They pressed the fuck out of those charges.
Oh, wow.
And, so, the cop shows up, and ends up being the guy who was our DARE officer. Well, it was when I was in the 5th grade, he was a DARE officer for the school I went to. He wasn't the one, because 6th grade is when we have DARE. So,
I had it in 5th grade.
Well, in Auburn, it's 6th grade. And so, it's not the guy that I had, but I knew him from the school. And it's Officer Adams.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to think he was a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Until this day. So, he shows up, he cuffs us as tight as possible, puts us in the back of the car, then the entire way, to take us down to the jail, which was actually, like, underneath the city hall. They actually have their own police station now, but back then the police station was underneath City Hall. And so, the entire way there, because, they got those fucking, like, hard, like, rigid plastic seats.
Yeah.
And, they're uncomfortable as fuck, and we've got these cuffs on as tight as possible, and then behind us, so, like, it's, like, digging into our wrists, like, to the point where, like, I was bleeding on one side. And the entire time, he's like, how are those seats? Are they comfortable? You like that? You like that?
It's teaching you it's
oh,
tough
fuck
love.
him. Oh, it's
Come
not.
on.
That's not tough love. He doesn't give a fuck. Tough love is when you actually care.
He
No,
doesn't.
he's
That's
getting
why
off
he's a
on
dare officer.
torturing these kids.
No, it's not torturing.
It kind of is.
Agree to disagree.
Whatever. He was a fucking prick.
He was not a prick.
He's a super prick. Anyway, so we get to the station. We get fingerprinted. We get our mug shots, and we get stuck in the holding cell. And we were there for probably like 5 hours or so. And Chris, his parents picked him up first, so I was there by myself for a little bit. And so once my dad finally showed up, they released me to him. And as soon as he signed me out, the very first thing he did was grab me by my ear and drag me, by my fucking ear, dragged me out of City Hall, all the way outside, down the steps, like halfway down the block to where we were parked, and then shoved me in the car. Needless to say, I was grounded for a while after that.
Right.
Because the first time I was able to convince my mom that I'm so sorry, Mom. what I told her,
she listens now.
What I told her was that these I was walking to the store, and these 3 guys said they would kick my ass if I didn't go and shoplift. If they wanted some candy and shit. And so that's what I told her, and she believed me, I guess, but I was not out of the woods. But this time there was no talking my way out of it.
No.
One thing I forgot to say about the first night, though, is remember that sandwich that I stuck down the front of the jacket?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
They never found it.
Never. So you got to keep that.
Well, because the jacket I was wearing didn't belong to me, and so after I was busted, my mom made me go and bring it back across the street to Louie's house, my friend, and give it back to him. And then meanwhile, I was able to take the sandwich. And I tossed it to the guy who wanted it. I was like, "There's your sandwich."
Oh, good guy, Jeremy.
No, it was more of "There's your sandwich, dick." Next time, steal your own shit.
Right.
But
I want to call out the first time wasn't really being arrested though.
No, it was not. Well, it was. I was still taken into police custody.
You were taken into police custody, but you're not arrested.
But still, I was busted for shoplifting.
You were totally busted twice in the same week, which is ridiculous.
And yeah, it's ridiculous and dumb and ridiculous.
Have you learned your lesson?
Sure. Nice. Yes, totally. I'm a good boy now.
That's why we're broke.
Oh, well, anyway, so this week we're not going to have a What the Fuck Did I Just Watch? We apologize. We just ran out of time. It's just not possible for it to happen this week.
I've had a shit day today.
Yeah, and we're now to the episode usually comes out in the next 20 hours. Mm-hmm. And just there's so much shit going on the next day that I just can't make it happen. But we will have a YouTube exclusive What the Fuck Did I Just Watch that will go up on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to link you to it and all that. And being wanting to keep timely on it, we decided to forego the bowl for this week. And there's a movie that we both loved as kids. I saw. Yes. I remember seeing it in the theater. I remember that day very well. My uncle took me, and being that the actor in it passed away today. Whale, yeah,
Rick Whale. Mm-hmm.
Being that he passed away today, we figured that we have to watch Drop Dead Fred.
Because he really dropped dead.
Yeah, Fred dropped dead.
And if I see that one more joke again today, someone's getting punched in the ear.
That someone's me. And so, we'll have that for you on Friday. Sorry we couldn't include it in this episode. But we also have a little bit of news. We're on Stitcher now.
Yay!
As of today, we finally were able to get on Stitcher.
Finally figured it out.
Yep. So we'll still post these on YouTube if that's the easiest way for people to find them. But we're also available on Stitcher.
For those of you that listen and are more podcast savvy, and are more inclined to use Stitcher, then it's there for you as well now. So.
Yep. And iTunes will be coming soon. Mm-hmm. So look for that.
Hey guys, this is Steve Domain from the Dark Main Event, and you guys are listening to Unholy Matrimony with Jeremy and Bethany Staples. It's like my favorite podcast ever. Well, enough about me. Here they are. I'm gonna go take a selfie. Bye. Not ponytails or cottontails, no Faptales. Woo!
You're not hearing things. I know it's not May anymore, but we got you an extra special sexy tale coming all the way from the land down under, and I'm not talking about your penis. This special story coming all the way from down under Australia, wherever that is, can be yours for the low, low price of $297.46. I had to tack on the international shipping it straight from Australia into your ear holes. Or your buttholes. Wherever you want to put it.
Alright, so this one's coming from Ken.
I know that it's been 2 whole weeks since we done this. But I'm pretty sure you remember I gotta dim the lights.
Alright.
And then after that, I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to turn on some kind of music.
Alright. So you gonna dim the lights?
You gonna fucking tell me what to... If there's anybody out there who could possibly be a better assistant for me, I'll gladly hire you.
You're a dick.
I'll bring you in. I'll charge $246 for you to read stories. And then I'll pay you like fucking $6. Alright. Lights are dim. Push and play.
Alright. So this one's coming from our buddy Ken, all the way in Australia. Okay, my first masturbation story. When I was 8 or 9, I had a friend, Kelly. She was 12, I think. We were at the park one fine morning, just playing on the swings, when Kelly asked me if I had ever touched myself down there. I told her I hadn't. After a few minutes, she asked me if she could watch me touch myself while I watched her. So I said yes. After some awesome wanking, she stopped playing with her pussy and asked if we could swap. She started rubbing my dick and I started rubbing her pussy. We both came really hard. It felt like it took ages to come, but I think it was only like 20 minutes or so. We started masturbating every weekend together, and it was the best way to discover my body. We did lots of other kinky shit together too, but that's another story.
Drop Baz!
That's fucking hot. I will have to say that this is the only story that we got that involved more than one person. And it is still technically masturbating.
So, I'm a little bit concerned about the age of this girl. I mean, should we have been reading this?
Well, no, it was him that was 8 or 9. She was the older woman.
So she was like, what, 10?
12.
Oh, 12.
Yeah.
She was 12 years old.
Yeah.
So we just read a story live on our show about a 12-year-old jacking off a 9-year-old?
Yeah. My story, I was 11.
I guess that shit's okay in Australia.
They have different laws out there.
And drop Baz.
And drop Baz.
Do you like to listen to funny fuckers being fucking funny?
I know I do.
I was gonna give you a tip, then I realized you're a fat bitch and I don't like you.
Oh, you're already stocked up. Let me stock you with something else. My dick!
I used to wait tables, and then I had these 2 lovely young ladies who happened to look like men. I just walked up and said, "Hey, how's it going, guys?" And they both looked at me like,
I'm gonna fucking eat your children.
I have a vag, thank you.
and I was gonna be like, "Don't fucking hurt my children just because you can't have any. If you don't want to fucking me to call you a dude, don't look like a dude. It's not my fault. We don't have wieners, excuse me."
Not inside us currently. Especially not inside Jessie. Look at the fucking face on her.
What? Alright, has anybody else got any what the fuck moments?
Nope.
Penny, did you bring one?
Nope.
What the fuck?
I'm
Not
sorry.
doing your job, bitch!
I
Fuck,
know.
why do we even invite you to these things?
I can't even think of anything where I'm like, what the fuck?
You're too nice! God, you whore!
Did you like what you heard? Make sure to listen to the Aku and Rez show.
At couchpotatonation.com. It is now time for the dirty domains of the week.
Here's this week's list, Daddy.
Why, thank you, Sugar Tits. All right, coming in at number 5, comdumpster.org. At number 4, Rush Limbaugh's softshittybody.com. Coming in at number 3, themessyblumpkin.com. And at number 2, jewsfistingsheep.gov. Alright, it's now time for your number 1 dirty domain of the week. Drum roll, please. softlytonguingthebrown.com. And remember, all of these domains can be purchased by you at your local online retailer. Alright, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Unholy Matrimony. Be sure to check out this show and any of the podcasts available on the CPN Podcast Network at couchpotatonation.com.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at WeThePotato.
We're on YouTube. You can subscribe to us, get this and every other video that we post.
And we also have a Facebook page, so make sure to like it at facebook.com/couchpotatonation.
Alright, so I'm Jeremy for my co-host in life, Bethany, saying later, fuckers.
You've just listened to another fine CPN Network podcast. Thanks for listening.